And now, here is a review of proceedings in the Parliament today. First from the Lok Sabha, writer is Kumar Rakesh of the PTI. The second week of Parliament's monsoon session began on a stormy note in Lok Sabha today, even as opposition members continued with their protests over a host of issues, including the alleged Pegasus snooping case and farm laws. However, the government succeeded in having two bills passed in the Lok Sabha amidst sloganeering by the opposition members. As soon as the House met at 3 p.m. after repeated adjournments during the day, the House took up the Factoring Regulation Amendment Bill 2020 and the National Institutes of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management Bill 2021. The Lok Sabha today passed the Factoring Regulation Amendment Bill 2020 and the National Institutes of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management Bill 2021 amid uproarious scenes by the opposition. Moving the bill, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said the changes have been made in the interests of the MSME sector. She said it simplifies the definition of factoring business in which the banks, non-banking financial companies or involvement of any business entity. Ms. Sitharaman said the bill widens the scope for entities to involve in factoring business. She said the process of sale and acquirement of factors from one entity to another is simplified in this bill. The bill seeks to amend the Factoring Regulation Act 2011 to widen the scope of entities which can engage in factoring business. The Lok Sabha also passed the National Institutes of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management Bill 2021, moved by Food Processing and Industries Minister Pashupati Kumar Paras. It lays down the provision for certain institutes of food technology, entrepreneurship and management like the National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management at Kundli and the Indian Institute of Food Processing Technology at Tanjavur as institutions of national importance. The bills were passed without discussion in the House as opposition members continue to stage protests demanding discussions on the Pegasus snooping allegations and the farmers' demand of repealing the three new farming laws. Rama Devi, who was chairing the proceedings, repeatedly urged protesting members to return to their seats and participate in the discussions. However, with protesting members unrelenting, she went ahead with the consideration and the passage of the two bills. Earlier in the day, the House witnessed repeated adjournments, and when it met at 2 p.m. and ran for a few minutes, papers were laid on the table and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman introduced the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Bill 2021. As soon as the House met in the morning, Speaker Om Birla paid tributes to personnel of the armed forces for their valor and sacrifice during the 1999 Kargil War. On the 22nd anniversary of Operation Vijay, mounted to flush out Pakistani troops from the heights of Kargil, Speaker Birla also expressed his gratitude to the family members of the heroes of the war. Members observed silence for those who made the supreme sacrifice. The Speaker congratulated Mirabai Chanu for winning a silver medal at the Tokyo Olympics. Soon thereafter, opposition members again trooped into the well of the House, raising slogans and disrupting the proceedings. Some opposition members demanded the presence of the Prime Minister in the House. The Speaker appealed to the opposition to go back to their seats, and it said the government wanted to give a reply. It hurt the dignity of the House, he added.
And now a review of proceedings in the Rajya Sabha. Writer is Sanjeev Chopra of the UNI. Rajya Sabha failed to transact any business today as it witnessed repeated adjournments, with the opposition continuing to create uproar over the farmers and Pegasus snooping issues. The House witnessed 5 adjournments during the day till it was adjourned finally for the day amid continued disruption by the opposition. The House was first adjourned for an hour soon after it met at 11 a.m. It witnessed repeated adjournments till 4 p.m. before finally adjourning for the day. Later, members belonging to Congress, Trinamool Congress and other opposition parties rushed to the well, raising slogans against the government, which led the first adjournment of the House. The members paid tributes to the Indian soldiers for their supreme sacrifices in the 1999 Kargil War. The soldiers lost their lives in the Kargil War against Pakistan. Paying tributes, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu said the unparalleled valor and gallantry of the country's troops in defeating the enemy will inspire generations. The Chairman said the 26th of July is the 22nd anniversary of the Kargil Vijay Divas. He said on this day in 1999, our brave and fearless soldiers defeated the enemy forces who had occupied Indian territories and retrieved Kargil heights, resulting in a momentous victory for the country. Rajya Sabha also congratulated Mirabai Chanu for winning a silver medal in the women's 49 kg category weightlifting event at the ongoing Tokyo Olympic Games. The chairman said her spectacular performance, Mirabai Chanu, not only opened the medal tally for the country in this Olympics, but also ended a long wait of 21 years for a medal in a weightlifting event at the Olympics. Later, as opposition members created ruckus in the House, the chairman said other members are being prevented from raising issues of public importance. He adjourned the House proceedings till noon. Mr. Naidu said he had disallowed notices under Rule 267 given by opposition leaders Mallikarjun Kharge and K.C. Venugopal of the Congress, Tiruchi Shiva of DMK, Sukhendu Shekhar Ray of Trinamool Congress, and Elamaram Kareen of CPI and others. The rule provides for setting aside the business of the day to take up discussion on the issue being sought to be raised. The chairman said important public interest issues have been allowed to be raised through zero hour and special mentions, but the House is not able to perform its duty. The members are being denied an opportunity, he observed. Rajya Sabha has failed to transact any business since the start of the monsoon session from July 19th, except for a discussion on the COVID situation and management due to uproar created by the opposition members over various issues including the farm laws and the Pegasus snooping issue. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman laid the papers pertaining to a notification on reduction of customs duties on lentils amid the noisy scenes. The government today reduced the import duty on masoor dal to zero and also half the agriculture infrastructure development cess on lentils to 10% in a bid to boost domestic supply and check rising prices. When the House reassembled at 5 p.m. after 5 adjournments, the chair asked Jugal Singh Mathurji Lokhandwala to initiate a discussion on the Marine Aids to Navigation Bill 2021. Manoj Kumar Jha of RJD alleged that the government has not reached out to the opposition as suggested by the chair to chalk out a program for smooth running of the House. This was strongly opposed too by Leader of the House Piyush Goyal, who said he has met with the Leader of Opposition and some other leaders and invited them to chalk out a plan for smooth running of the House. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi said that he had met with Leader of Opposition, who informed he would come back after talking to other parties. As opposition parties continued to create uproar, Shashmit Patra, who was in the House, adjourned the House for the day. That's all in Parliament Review.